Well, I went down to the hardware store to see my old friend Bob. I said my roof it leaks, my rug's a mess, and my front door needs a new knob. I got squirrels in my attic, I got bats in my head. Well, Bob just leaned over the counter and he shook his head and said, you need home repairs and solutions. Home repairs and solutions. They'll fix your windows, they'll fix your house, they'll even tell you how to get rid of a mouse. Home repairs and solutions.
And this is the Home Repairs and Solutions Show, your source for heating and air conditioning needs. And now your hosts, Mary and Mark.
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
It's good to have you here today, Mark.
I am glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here too.
Yep.
I'm sad you're not going to be here next week. Next week's going to be our 1 year anniversary on the show.
I know. Can you believe 1 year?
I know. It's been fun. I know. Well, that's okay. You can be here for the 2 year.
I will be here for the 2 year.
Okay,
I
that'll
can guarantee you that.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work. But yeah, it's been a fun year.
Yes, it has.
And we always get to be here on these beautiful Fridays. You know, it's always nice to be here on a Friday. It's a fun thing to do at the end of the week. And
it is.
Get to have a good time, have great weather, and then sometimes you get to leave and go motorcycling or whatever you do.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes I get to leave and go play too, so it works out good. It's a happy day.
Yes, it is.
And out of all the great guests we've had, we have some guests today that I've been trying to get on the show for a while, and I finally got them to come on the show. I'm really excited about it. And we have a couple of people here from this CU Community Credit Union.
Yes.
We have Casey Cooper, who is the mortgage loan officer, and we have Stephanie Thomas, who's the consumer loan officer. So we have all kinds of interesting information for our listeners today. If they're needing to purchase something such as a house or a consumer product, then these are the folks that I would recommend they would talk to about getting financing.
Right. Absolutely.
So we're going to start the show with talking to Casey and Stephanie. They can tell us a little bit about CU Community Credit Union. You know, they work differently than banks.
Yeah, I'm finding that out.
Yeah, some people don't understand what a credit union does, so maybe they can start out a little bit by telling us what a credit union does, how you differ from a bank, and why people might be better off coming to you for their financing needs than going to a standard bank. So we'll let Stephanie start out the program and give us some information.
Hi. There's a lot of difference between a credit union and a bank, and there's a lot of things that a credit union does for a community that is so good. One of the main differences between credit union and bank, a credit union is a non-for-profit organization. So where you in a bank might have an owner or stockholders that they have to pay, a credit union doesn't have that. We have a board of directors that's all volunteer, and they are made up of the members of the credit union. So once a year we have an annual meeting, and the members get to vote on who's on the board, and those board members set the rates for car loans and any of the loans, savings rates. So the members are basically setting the rate for themselves. But we also donate a lot of stuff to the community through CMN, and we've done the Family Violence Center, and there's just a lot of organizations that we work with that we're very good as far as if you're wanting to reestablish your credit, or if you're wanting to build credit, or if you already have established your credit and you're wanting those low rates. So there's a lot of things that we can do to help you. So.
See, that's one of the things we like about having them on, because they like to give back to the community. It's a community-based organization that can do lots of things for you, give you lots of assistance in lots of different ways, and they also give back to the community. And we have promoted that for a year on this show.
Yes, we have.
That is who we like to do business with. That's who we want to try to send our listeners to, and keep the money local. And, you know, this will benefit you and the community at the same time. So it's a win-win for everyone. And one of the things that we did that I'm really excited about, and that I wanted to talk about here at the top of the hour, is that for heating and air conditioning products, sometimes it's a struggle to get someone to finance those items. And we've had some programs in the past that worked very well, but then they ended very quickly. And we have our in-house financing program, our Smile Plan, but that's not for everyone. So we went to CU Community Credit Union, and we visited with them about coming up with a finance program to help people in our area that need to purchase a heating and air conditioning system but don't have all the cash to put down for one. And so I am absolutely thrilled to announce that we come up with a program that I think is going to be great for our clients and great for consumers in this market. That it's a simple application. You just fill out an application form. Spring Mountain Air will fax that to CU Community Credit Union. Stephanie will be taking care of those applications. When she gets those applications in, she will contact the person that is needing to purchase a heating and air conditioning system that needs financing. We'll deal with them directly. We'll set everything up for them. Will let us know that, hey, they've been approved. Go ahead and put their system in. So it's going to be a real easy thing for the clients to do. It's going to be a super easy transition. They're going to get a great rate, and they're going to get to do business with someone local that gives back to the community. So I think it's going to be a win-win situation. It's something that we've really struggled trying to get put together. You know, the big banks and stuff really don't want to deal with that.
Sure.
They're not interested in financing something like that. And these guys stepped up and said, hey, you know what? We'll come up with a program for you guys, and we'll help you guys out. So I just want to say thank you guys for doing that for us. We've really, for about the past 3 years, it's been a struggle to try and get someone to help us with financing for our product. So my hat's off to them for coming up with a program that we think is going to be great for everyone. And so if someone has a need for heating and air conditioning and needs some financing, and wants to know where to go, you can just give us a call. Our number at Spring Mountain Air is 831-4036, and we'll be glad to visit with you a little bit about that, get you set up with an application, and see if we can't take care of those needs for you. So I'm really excited, and I just
cool.
These guys have been great to work with. So
It is exciting. It's very expensive to do repairs to your house, so
It is.
You need to get those low rates so you can get those low payments and
Absolutely.
make it work.
Absolutely. And, you know, our Smile plan has worked great for some of our clients, and it's you have to have half down, and then you pay out 6 months with no interest. Well, if you don't have the half down, you need another area to go to. And I know a lot of the credit card rates have gone up substantially, so not everyone wants to use a credit card anymore. And I can tell you the rates that they've come up with this program, for the most part, it's credit-based. Is that correct, Stephanie?
Yes, it is credit-based.
So it's going to be on a sliding scale, but the scale they gave us is still very, very competitive and will probably still beat most interest card rates.
Oh, definitely.
So anyone out there that's been struggling with that, we have a solution for you. So
There
keep
you
that in
go.
mind as well.
Wow, that's great.
Yep. And if you have a call today, and if you want to call into the radio station here this morning and ask Casey a question, we're going to talk a little bit about mortgage loans and what he has to offer everyone. You can reach us at 862-9977 or 1-800-375-0056. It's a free call anywhere in the listening area,
right.
and we have some experts here that can help you out with any kind of loan questions you might have and can give you some assistance. So,
Yeah, even if it's not a mortgage, because credit unions do a lot of loans that I think people don't realize they do. I mean, I know there's a lot of farmers out there in the community, and we do farm equipment loans, and we do motorcycles, and we do boats, and I mean, anything that you need, we can figure out a way to work it. It's just very simple, and you just need to stop by.
and oftentimes you can work within someone's budget. Is that
Oh,
correct?
definitely. If you have a certain payment you're willing to stay around, we can definitely work with that as long as you let us know what it is. We can set a term and kind of go from there. It's very easy.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, I see you guys have 2 locations here in town.
We do. We have one off Republic Road, and then we have one off of Benton right over by Central High School.
And I'm familiar with that because I've seen that one several times. I never noticed the one on Republic Road until I just got on.
Yep.
The,
Yeah,
It's
it's at
over-
1017 East Republic Road, right across the street from Twin Oaks Golf Course.
oh,
Twin Oaks
okay.
Country Club,
Okay.
right
Yep,
there.
I know right where it's at. Right there by the.
There's a big hotel they just built
Hotel.
there, yeah,
Yep.
Candlewood
Yep,
Suites. We're
Candlewood
right
Suites.
beside it.
Yep. And the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, and the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the old-
definitely.
Love Mexican.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, or you can call. I mean, if you just have questions, you can call. Our number's 865-3912. We also have a website that you can go to and check it out.
Yep,
It's
I'm on it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mycucommunity.com. So either way.
Well, great. So you're just a one-stop shop if you need a mortgage for your home, if you want to buy that new boat, or money to fix up your home.
Exactly.
Or
Whatever,
refinance.
Refinance,
Yeah.
purchase, anything.
Yeah.
Even your savings and checking account. I mean, any fees that you would get charged are way lower than they are at a lot of other financial institutions. We have a debit card program that's wonderful. It offers 1% cash back on all of your purchases.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
For a debit card.
Yep,
Wow.
it's called Cashback Card Cash. So you swipe your card and you get 1% back, and you can get up to $500 a year, and
Wow.
it's free to the member. So You just have to open that savings account and
That's
checking
great.
account.
That's just too
Exactly.
easy.
And
Yeah,
how much
that's
does it
great.
take to open a savings account at your location?
You have to put $25 in a savings account. That is not a fee. That kind of gets misconstrued, but it's not a fee. It is just $25 in the savings account, and at that point, you can open a checking account, apply for loans, do whatever you want to do.
And then you
So,
become a member of the credit union
You do.
by doing
Exactly.
that.
You
So
Wow.
yeah.
it's a neat deal. I really didn't know a lot about credit unions in the past, but I've known Casey for quite a while now, and I've learned a lot from him. And I'm thinking, credit unions provide a wonderful, wonderful service to
Yes,
their
they
community.
do. Absolutely.
And I think people get confused about what you guys do sometimes.
Yeah, I think they do. And anytime you call, you're going to get a live voice.
Mm-hmm.
You have someone, you don't go to an automated system. You get a live voice. You can tell them what you need, and they send you to another live voice. So it's wonderful.
It is, and I've been in both locations, and everyone is very friendly in both locations, and we have an account there, and since I met Casey and stuff, we opened an account over there, and I think our son did, and they're very accommodating, and they're just really wanting to help people that are in any kind of financial situation where they might need a loan for whatever it is they need. So
Great.
Mary, one thing that people don't understand about the credit union is they think it's specific to an entity. Like we actually started out at CU as a City Utilities Credit Union. So
Okay.
we were exclusive to City Utilities employees. That is how
Okay.
we started. We did open it up to the community now, so that's why we sort of revamped our name, and it's CU Community Credit Union. So really the only qualification to be a member at the credit union is to live or work in Greene or Christian County. So that's
Okay.
a lot of things that people confuse with credit unions, because they did, when the credit union was first originated, they were specific to a certain entity, and they're no longer. They are more community-based now.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, now I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting to know, because probably there were some people who probably knew more about you guys than I did that maybe thought that was still that way. But
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you have a family member that's a member, you can join. So if your kids don't actually live or work in Greene or Christian County, they're still eligible to join. Or brother, sister, whoever, any family members are eligible to join also. So.
Cool.
Okay.
We got a caller. Ruth's holding on. Go ahead, Ruth.
Yes, good morning. Is this Mary from the air conditioning company?
It is, Ruth. Good morning.
I have a question.
Okay.
I listen to the radio a lot, and you had a spot about people cleaning out your dryer vents.
Yes, that would be Spring Mountain Air. We do that.
Tell me a little bit about that, and how do I get it, and what do they do, and that sort of thing.
What we do on that, Ruth, is we have a machine, and we come out to your home, and what we're talking about is the vent that connects from the back of
Yes,
the dryer.
I know that.
Okay.
I just you use a machine and blow it out.
Oh, no, it pulls it out. It's a negative pressure system, and it works like a vacuum. So nothing is blown back into your home. Everything is pulled out from the outside and into a collection bucket, or that's the best term I know to use for it. But it's everything is pulled outside of your house, so none of that gets blown back in your house or through your machine or anything. And we clean all that stuff out and make sure that everything is attached properly in the back of the machine, that all that stuff is pulled out of that vent, and that you don't have anything in there that might cause a fire or cause you any damage to your dryer.
Let me ask you this. I have it's a metal
Pipe?
and it goes out, and it blows it out. But if there's anything hanging up as it goes out, it's hung there and it doesn't come out. Do you ever back flush to get anything that? I'm just curious because I've investigated. You can go buy something for about $30, $35, $40 to clean it out, but it doesn't look like it's safe to me.
Well, and I don't know. Yes, you can do those. You can buy those at some big box stores and different things like that. Depending on the pipe you have in the back, sometimes what happens with those is when you try to use those and you're kind of sticking that down inside that pipe and banging around and stuff. Sometimes
well, it's
you can
hard
actually
to get it in there. I tell you, that vent's got a down on it. And,
Correct.
I investigated, and it's kind of plastic and it's hard. I think that your system would be a better system for my vents. I mean, the pipe, the conductor that gets the vent, the lint out.
It is because we don't cause any damage or anything to your pipe by doing it the way we do. If you take one of those other things and you stick it down in there and you're banging it around and clanging around all that, you can either, if you have the plastic pipe, you can either tear that or damage that, or sometimes if you have the metal pipe, you might put an extra bend or something in there, and then you're just going to collect things worse in there. So we pull everything from the outside completely out of that pipe.
What is the number that I can get the information on that?
Okay, you can call Spring Mountain Air, and our number is 831 4036.
4036.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Ruth. Thanks for calling today.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good call. You know, that's very important, and a lot of people don't think about that. We overlook cleaning that dryer vent out. How many house fires have been started from
Over 15,000 a year.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Just from what lint and stuff collects in that dryer vent that don't blow out.
Yep.
And so
It's one of those things you don't see, so you don't think about it.
Yeah, just like the furnace filters. You know, we talk about them all the time.
Same thing.
Yeah, we kind of ignore them, you know. But this is a little more important as far as when it comes to fires.
Yes.
To get that cleaned out.
Yeah,
So.
it is. Yep.
And Spring Mountain Air can take care of it.
We can.
That's right. That is right. I want to talk to you just a little bit about home mortgage, since I'm in the real estate business and stuff.
Okay.
Is it still really tough to qualify?
It's tight in the secondary market. I mean, there are a lot of the big box lenders. They have a lot of strict guidelines still, no doubt about it. There again, that kind of goes back to the credit union and some of the flexibilities we have. We do carry and service a lot of mortgages in-house, and because we are able to basically lend on what we would call smart lending,
right?
We are able to think outside the box in a few situations and able to do a few things. One of the most popular things I've been doing here recently, with all the foreclosures hitting the market, and a lot of times those foreclosures are in shambles, as I'm sure you know by seeing them and everything. Well, if somebody, let's say they own a house already and they're looking to purchase this other home that's in shambles, and they have enough equity in their other house, a lot of times what I've been doing is I've been bridging the two houses together,
right,
and doing the bridge loan. And basically what we do is we place a deed on both homes, but that gives them the opportunity to go ahead and purchase that home that they like and they want to remodel, and get that out of the way, and then gives them opportunity to go ahead and set up their other house for sale or whatever they plan on doing with it. So there again, you know, that's just part of being part of a credit union, being able to do some things outside of the box. That we're able to do that.
Right.
But as far as, like I said, the secondary market, it is still it is tough. It's tougher than it was. I mean, I've been doing this 9 years, and I've seen a lot of things change in just the 9 years.
I'm sure.
But we're still able to get a lot of people done. There's still a lot of great programs out there that people need to take advantage of. There's a USDA program, which is a full 100% program, as long as you don't. Basically, the rule of thumb, as long as the property's not in Springfield or Nixa, locally here, the property can qualify for a USDA loan.
Right. And that's a 100% loan?
It's a full 100% loan.
So no down payment or anything?
No down payment. You can always have the seller see if the seller will pay the closing cost. That's kind of, up to your realtor and how the contract's written up. But if the seller will pay for the closing cost, then you basically come to close. I've seen people still get money back because you're still able to get your earnest money back if you put an earnest money check down.
You have to be a first-time home buyer to qualify for that?
You do not have to be a first-time home buyer. You just cannot own a home. So
I see. Okay.
Basically, that's the only guideline with the USDA in regards to that. It's not a first-time home buyer program, but if you do currently own a home, then you do not qualify for one.
Okay.
Now, I'm sorry, Mary. I
was going to say, do you have anything for like that for first-time home buyers?
Really, that's the only program that we truly have that's 100%. There are a few programs out there that the credit union, we cannot offer the one program. It's an MHDC loan. Which I have done in the past, and it's actually gotten to the point where it's not a full 100% loan anymore. But that is basically the only one that is truly for the first-time home buyer. Usually USDA is the most popular first-time home buyer program because it is no money down.
Okay.
Now, if you have owned a home at one time and you sold the home back a few years ago and you're renting now, then do you qualify for the USDA?
Exactly. As long as you have not owned a home for the last 3 years.
3 years, okay.
Yes, then you're considered a first-time home buyer again.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
So if you did have something that happened in the past and for some reason you had to rent for a while, because you never know about that. Sometimes I think people think, well, if I lost my home or something happened, then I'm not a first-time home buyer anymore because I've owned one. But it sounds like in this case, after a certain amount of time, they're looked at as a first time again. So, well, that's pretty neat to know.
Yeah, it usually happens a lot when people relocate. Say they owned a home in, out of state, California, wherever, and they move back here because of a job, not knowing if they're going to relocate or not yet because they've already moved once with their job. They kind of hold off on buying a home
and rent for a little bit. And
exactly, but still they're eligible, like I said, in 3 years to do a first-time home buyer program, the USDA.
Or what we did when we first moved back to Springfield. We weren't exactly sure where we wanted to be area-wise or where we wanted to locate our business or anything for sure. So we rented for a couple years before we actually decided to purchase a home because we thought, okay, we've got it figured out. This is what we want to do. This is where we want our kids to go to school. And then we bought. So for 2 years between home ownership, we rented for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and I know people do that for different reasons. So if you're in one of those situations and are ready to buy a home again, I think you need to call Casey.
I think you
There we
do.
go.
I think you do. What's your number again, Casey?
Our number at the credit union is 865-3912. And that will ring at both locations, but just ask for Casey or the mortgage department, and you'll get in touch with me.
There you go, and he can help you out and walk you through all the steps. And, we haven't purchased a home for quite a while, and I'm sure some of the things that happened before are a little more difficult
Here's news
now.
on the Ozarks News Network.
Apparently, we're going to a break.
A man and wife were dead and several others injured in a 5-vehicle
We'll be back
crash.
shortly.
I got squirrels in my attic, I got bats in my head. Well, Bob just leaned over the counter and he shook his head and said, you need home repairs.
Here's news on the Ozarks News Network. A man and wife were dead and several others injured in a 5-vehicle crash north of Houston. 78-year-old Ralph and Janet Hoffman of Salem were killed when their car was rear-ended by a tractor-trailer on Highway 63 and pushed into the oncoming lane of traffic. 49-year-old Ralph Hoffman of Salem and 21-year-old Parrish Gale of Houston were seriously injured in the crash. 2 companies have been fined for admittedly allowing stormwater to run off construction sites into Table Rock Lake. Indian Ridge Resort was fined $215,000, and North Shore Investments fined $100,000 for violations of the Clean Water Act. And a man from Arkansas is drowned in Lake Norfolk. 43-year-old Robert Comstock apparently suffered a seizure while fishing on a boat dock in Diamond Bay, fell into the lake, and drowned. For the Ozarks News Network, I'm Arlen Summers.
We be under attack. Man the long nine. Prepare to be boarded. Flagship, starboard bow. What? No, not by the enemy flagship. By garbage. The beautiful ocean be full of it these days. Many of folk don't know that when they throw their trash on the ground, it eventually makes its way into the ocean. So lend us a hand by always recycling and disposing of your trash properly. And learn more what you can do to keep the ocean healthy at keepoceansclean.org. Brought to you by the Keep Oceans Clean Alliance and the Ad Council.
At Advance Auto Parts, we don't do anything just part way. We go full throttle. We don't just sell windshield wipers. Oh no, we install them for you, fast and free with purchase on most vehicles. And now save $10 instantly when you purchase 2 Trico Neoform wiper blades. So if your wipers are squeaking, streaking, smudging, or otherwise just kicking you off, remember, free wiper installation at Advance. Service is our best part. Advance Auto Parts. See store for details.
Hi, my name is Greg McLaughlin. I am the owner and instructor of Black Ops School of Combat. We are one of the most comprehensive firearms training schools in America. I want to invite you to join our radio program, Taking Care of Business, every other Mondays at 2 p.m. We will be providing you with expert advice on handguns, shotguns, rifles, and personal security. Look forward to you joining us. Until then, train hard, train safe.
We will see a shower or thunderstorm in spots, otherwise cloudy and warm again today, high 77. Partly cloudy and mild tonight, low 58. Very warm again as we start the weekend tomorrow with partly sunny skies. Tomorrow's high of 83, low for tomorrow night, 61. Mostly sunny and a beautiful day as we head into Sunday, high 85. Partly sunny and breezy as you head back to work on Monday, high again 85. I'm AccuWeather's Jason Lord.
Well, I went down to the hardware store to see my old friend Bob. I said my roof it leaks, my rug's a mess, and my front door needs a new knob. I got squirrels in my attic, I got bats in my head. Well, Bob just leaned over the counter and he shook his head and said, you need home repairs and solutions. Home repairs Solutions. They'll fix your windows, they'll fix your house, they'll even tell you how to get rid of a mouse. Home Repairs and Solutions.
And this is the Home and Repairs and Solutions Solutions Show with your source for heating and air conditioning needs is Spring Valley Air. And here are your hosts, Mary and Mark.
Welcome back.
Was you having trouble spitting it out there, Gary?
I forgot to put down this is sponsored by Spring Mountain Air.
There you did. That's okay.
Yeah.
And we don't know your phone number either. What's your phone number down there at Spring Mountain if somebody needs some of these air ducts cleaned out?
It's 831-4036. Yep, there you go. We're easy to find.
Yep, that's how you can get a hold of them, that's for sure.
That's right. We can do that.
Yep.
One of the things we were kind of talking about at the break is Casey was mentioning that they do lots of different types of loans for housing needs. For instance, they do new loans, they do refinances, but they also, he was telling us that there's a difference between a home equity and a home improvement loan. I did not know there was a difference. So I'm thinking maybe I'm not the only one who knows that. So what is the difference and why would you pick one over the other?
Okay. A big difference, there's really not much of a difference. The home equity is going to allow you to do repairs to your home, just like the home improvement loan would. The one thing, though, that you might run into with the home equity is what if you don't have enough equity in your home to get a home equity? That's what it's about.
Oh.
So let's say you just purchased a home, you put no money down, so now your loan to value is maxed out at 100%. Basically, your only option is to do the home improvement loan. If your heating and air goes out, that's all you can do because you have no equity in your home. And so that is one big difference. That is the biggest difference right there between the two, is because that's your only option is to do the home improvement. Another thing that is a little bit different, a lot of people that do the home equities charge closing cost because sometimes they have to get an appraisal done. They want to make sure that they have the equity that you say they have. So, again, with the home improvement loan, no cost whatsoever.
Because there's no appraisal or anything that needs to be done.
Anything because we're doing a loan strictly for the heating and air system.
What if let's just say someone purchases a home and let's say they purchase one of these foreclosed homes or something, and so they get the home purchased and they have 100% loan, and then but a lot of those need several different types of repairs. So what if they need a heating and air conditioning system and they need new windows and they need to redo their kitchen? Can they do all that in a home improvement loan, or is it specific to each individual item that you're doing?
It's generally specific to each individual item that we're doing.
Okay.
Really what I was talking about earlier before the break was, the bridge loan. And that's where a lot of people use those bridge loans, is because they're actually, a lot of times they get money back at closing to do some of the needed repairs that they need, which is like the windows and, light fixtures, you name it. I've seen it gone out of a home. When
toilets, everything. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So, and another thing with the, that is really great with the home improvement loan is that we'll do the financing up to 48 months. So, if you're kind of pinched on budget, which a lot of people are these days, understandably, 48 months, if we stretch it out over 48 months, that makes your payment fairly low, when you're talking about replacing a heating and air unit. I don't know what your average cost is on something like that, but stretching it out over 48 months is definitely going to lower that payment for you.
And it's a fixed rate.
And it is a fixed rate where the home equities generally are tied to a certain index, like prime rate or something like that.
So they vary.
Exactly.
The equities do, but the home improvements do not.
The home improvement is just going to be a fixed rate, just like you were getting a car loan or something like that. No difference. It's simple interest. It works just the same.
Okay. One of the things, and I don't know about all the home improvement type things that people might do, but some of the questions that we get once in a while is if someone wants to replace their heating and air conditioning system, and they get a loan for it, like if they come to you and that you do financing for it, they are still eligible for the rebates. They will get their rebates right up front, just like they would if they paid for it right up front. So if you're concerned that you will not be eligible for the rebate because you're financing that improvement, that is not the case. We still go ahead and fill out all the paperwork, all the rebate stuff, make sure you have everything you need. You can submit that to your utility company, whether it's city utilities or whoever you have, and you will get that rebate just processed just like you would any other rebate even though you finance that improvement.
Right.
So we've had some people call and say, well, if I go with your financing, can I still get my rebate? Absolutely, you still get your rebate.
Exactly.
So that has no bearing on that at all. What it does is you'll get the rebate in whatever the processing time is, usually 6 to 8 weeks, I think. And then at that point, you either have the rebate to do what you want to with. You can apply it to your loan and pay it down quicker, or it's your money to do what you want to with, but you still do qualify for that portion of it.
Right.
So that's something that's interesting to know as well.
Well, sure, because basically, it's really two separate deals. The
It is.
rebates and
separate
what
from
you do with the financing.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. They're completely separate transactions.
That's great to know. Mm-hmm. Because there is still some good rebates on that.
Yes, there are. City Utilities has some great rebates still available for people that have them for their utility providers. So if you have any questions about the rebates or want to know what they are, you can always give us a call, and we can help you with that too.
That's right. Speaking of giving us a call, 862-9977, 1-800-375-0056. Free call from no matter where you are. If you want to talk to Casey or Stephanie or Mary or me or
whoever.
We'll talk about whatever. Don't matter.
We'll try and answer your questions the best we can.
We'll do the best we can to answer your questions. I want to take this second and say hello to a couple people, if I may.
You go right ahead, Mark.
My buddy Homer Boyd over at St. John's, or Mercy. I better call it Mercy now. I seen Homer yesterday, and he's one of the most wonderful gentlemen I know. And he drives one of the shuttle vans over there, and just a wonderful, wonderful person. I want to say hi to Homer. And also, with this surgery I'm getting ready to go through, somebody that has helped me tremendously is my good friend John Heights over at RE/MAX House of Brokers. I want to say thank you to John for being such a great friend and encouraging me and helping me out through all this. So I just want to take time to say hello to those guys.
Well, I think that's a good thing to do. And I just want to thank them for listening to the show.
Yes, they both do.
Well, good deal.
Yeah.
There you go.
We like that. So.
We do. We do like that.
Nowadays it seems like everybody offers, you see these car ads on TV and they offer special financing or there's always something special.
Exactly.
And you really got to read the fine print on some of those.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, you do.
But when folks come into you guys, there's probably really no fine print. You're going to tell them right off the bat what it is.
Exactly.
And that's good. That's what comes back to dealing with the community, people in your community.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's so easy to refinance a car or, a boat or a motorcycle or whatever. All you have to do is bring the title in and a statement from the finance company, and we take care of everything else. So, that's pretty much it. It's very, very simple.
You know what? I never thought of refinancing an automobile. Usually when you talk about refinance, you think of your home. But, oftentimes, like you were talking, Mark, you might want to do refinancing on your motorcycle. It never occurred to me to refinance an automobile or something like that, or a boat or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Rates are changing constantly with them, just like they are, mortgages and other stuff. So, yeah, you want to check your rate and see what's out there.
See, that's something that never even occurred to me to do. So, there might be some folks out there who purchased a car and got into a rate that they really didn't like, and maybe they've paid on it for a couple years and want to refinance it.
Sure.
Exactly.
Call these guys. They'll look at it for you. Now, one of the questions I had is, if someone wants to come in and say they want to do a home improvement loan or a home equity or something, what is the time frame? Like, say someone needs a new heating and air conditioning system, because that's what I know, so that's what I talk about. But let's say, it's 90 degrees outside and the air conditioner's broke, and they need to come in and they either want to do the finance program you guys have set up with us, or they want to do a home improvement, however they want to do it. What time frame are they looking at turnaround time to get the loan so we can get them an air conditioner put in?
That's another thing with the home improvement loan is it literally can take about a day. Say one of your employees goes out, inspects the unit, it's gone, they need a new one. As soon as you get back to the office or they get back to the office, fax the application to us. Basically let us know that it's an emergency or that it has to be done. Stephanie will get that loan done for you that day or the next day. So it basically is installed as soon as, I don't know how quick you guys can install it. I'm assuming it's probably next day if it's an emergency. If it's an emergency, we can the next day. Typically in the summertime we try to get things done within, 4 or 5 day time frame. But, with different loans I've dealt with in the past,
sometimes it takes a while just to get the loan put through.
That's another thing with the home equity is it can take forever. You know,
because
I
of
mean,
the appraisal
forever,
and all the things.
Appraisal and the title work, and I mean, it's almost basically doing a mortgage. So it can take up to 2 weeks easily to do the home equities. So that is another thing with the home improvement is it can be done in a day.
A very quick turnaround time.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we have another caller on the line. We have Rebecca from Springfield. Good morning, Rebecca.
Yeah, I was just curious. I have had a credit card with GMAC for years, and they were nice enough to send me a letter telling me my interest rate, is going way, way up. So I was kind of curious. Do you guys offer credit cards? And if you do you offer where you can, like pay off one? And if you do, what is the rate?
We do offer credit cards, and we have a couple of different ones that we offer, so the rate varies. But, we have where you can refinance a credit card and move it over, transfer a balance, and there's no fees to do that. On our credit cards, we don't have all the fees that a lot of them have. It's with Visa. Ours run through Visa. So you have the interest rate depending on which card you want, which plan you want to go with. And then, like I said, there's no balance transfer fees. If you're 15 days past due, you get a late fee, but your rate's not going to go up if you're 1 day past due because it's stuck in the mail somewhere. And they're very, very competitive rates. I think our platinum is
9.5, 9.5.
Yeah.
And then I think the classic is 13.9. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or 14.9 somewhere.
And
in
it just kind of depends on your credit, which one you qualify for.
Does that change when things happen in the economy? Will we just get a random letter telling us it's going up for no reason?
At least you got a letter, Rebecca.
Yeah. We've gotten a lot of people asking about that. It's not, I don't want to say it's actually a fixed rate. In the 9 years that I've worked for the credit union, it's never changed. And the reason it's not necessarily a fixed rate is because in December, we usually do a promotion for our credit card holders where the rate goes down for all those Christmas purchases. And it stays down until after the first of the year. So if we had an actual fixed rate, we couldn't do that. But like I said, in the 9 years I've been there, it's never changed. So.
And cash advances are also free. It's not a different interest rate for a cash advance on the credit card. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And I heard you talking about your debit cards. Your debit card works just the same as like a credit card, but you get cash back?
Yes, you do get cash back. You get 1% a year, and it's a card cash program is what we call it. And so you can get up to $500 a year back, which, most financial institutions do not give you money to use your debit card nowadays. They've been tightening down on those.
I say they charge you to use your debit card, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh, well, that sounds great. Well, I appreciate you guys answering my questions.
Yeah, thank you for calling.
All right, well, have a good day.
Great call, Rebecca.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Yeah. I'm learning something.
I am too.
This is awesome.
I am too. This is great because I didn't know about the credit card part of it either. You guys have so much to offer people. It's hard.
Yeah.
We only have an hour, so it's hard to try and get it all out there. But there's a lot to think about when you're talking about your finances. It covers so many areas of your life, and so like I said before, if you have any kind of financial issue, anything that you're thinking about, you're struggling with, you're mad at your credit card company because they sent you a friendly letter, we're going to bump your rates even though you've been with us for 100 years. We love you. It's going up. Contact CU Community Credit Union. Talk to these people. They are more than accommodating, very friendly, will help you, will try and help you get your finances put in order, get some of those rates knocked off of some of your loans.
Sure.
If refinance an automobile, refinance a house, get a home improvement loan, get a credit card, become a member. Become a member of someone who is serving your community.
Absolutely.
And some of the nationwide financial people that are here in this town aren't really community oriented like these folks are. They're, and how frustrating when you call them, because I've been in that situation where I started with a smaller bank, was sold out, got bigger, now it's a nationwide bank. The first time I tried to call them, that was fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like the 1,500 push this, push that. Finally, I just hung up. It was so frustrating, and I just moved my accounts. It's just too frustrating to deal with that situation where you can go down. They have 2 locations, so no matter where you live in the community, they'll have a location close to you. You can go down and talk to those people. Let them help you out. They're more than willing to help you out.
It's really nice to deal with someone in the community because, you know, we have a lot of people that have lost their jobs or
Certainly.
whatever, and they can, you know, come in, talk to us. We can work out some kind of plan with them. And so we're not having to repo those and they're losing their stuff. So it makes it a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
In this down economy, we have worked with so many people where I have, since I've been there, I can think of 4 off the top of my head where we've bought people out of foreclosure so they could keep their homes, so they didn't have to move their families, everything. So that's just another example of how we have helped people, not necessarily organizations within the community, but just people within the community.
Just individuals. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we have never had to take a house back. We have not foreclosed on a house. In all this down economy and everything that's happened, we have not had to take a house back yet. So that's, again, that's common sense lending that we do use.
See, here's a question I got for you, Casey. You know, me being in the real estate business and stuff and seeing all this happen over the past few years, wouldn't it be smarter for these banks to say, let's see what we can work out. We really don't want your house back. We don't want you to have to leave that house. Let's see what we can work out. Wouldn't it be smarter to do that?
It would definitely be smarter. I mean, it's a lot. You're not going to lose any money. I mean, you may even make more money, more or less, I mean, as a financial institution. Because, let's say you expanded the term out from a 30-year to a 40-year to help them, you know, lower the payment, something like that, where that's going to not only help the borrower or the person that owns the house, it's also going to help the financial institution.
Exactly.
So it would be smarter.
Yeah.
Why they haven't done it, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole part of this foreclosure deal I never understood, because it's just like, you know, we're taking your house. I see it all the time because we have a couple banks that'll call us and say, hey, we got this house, we want you to list it and sell it. There's so many times that we've sold that house way less than what was still owed on it.
Oh, definitely.
So
that's never made any sense to me either.
It doesn't make any sense, you know. And I never did understand why people, you know, the financial institutions just say, let's work on this. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, they've been a good customer for 15 years.
Yeah.
The economy went down. They lost their job, so let's throw them out of their house. That never made sense to me.
No, never to me either.
And houses sitting, too. I mean, a lot of the big box lenders that have these houses, I have one right across the street from me that's been sitting there for 2 years.
And what does that
touched.
and what does that do for your neighborhood and for the community in general? It causes all kinds of situations that we don't want as a community.
Exactly. You tell me when you drive down the street and you see these weeds that are about chest high and shingles falling off the roof.
You bet.
In a nice neighborhood. I mean, it's a very nice neighborhood.
Right.
And so it's sad to see that stuff, but it happens.
Yeah.
It is.
Wow. We got a caller holding on. We got Cheryl and Crane. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Hi. I just got in on the tail end of the program, and could you give me, this is, which credit union is it?
CU Community Credit Union.
CU.
Correct.
Okay. And could I have a number, please?
Yes, it's 865-3912.
Okay. Do you have and where are your branches located?
We have 2 branches in Springfield. We have one at 1017 East Republic Road. It's in between National and Campbell. And then we also have one at 818 North Benton, which is right by Central High School at the corner of Chestnut Expressway in Benton.
Okay. And do you do business outside of the Springfield area?
As long as you live or work in Greene or Christian County, you're eligible as a member, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, we also have a website, too, for those that are wanting to go out and check it out before they give us a call. It's mycucommunity.com. So you can go out there and see what all there is to offer.
A revamped website.
Yes.
We just revamped it. It just came out Monday, wasn't it?
Yes, Monday.
And it's very, you know, and I was on your website earlier too, and it's got a lot of great information. It's very user friendly. You can find out some information, some things that they have to offer you, and then once you decide that you want to be a part of the community and do business with them, then you can give them a call, and you can be directed from whoever answers the phone to the person that needs to help you with your particular situation. So either give them a call or go on their website and check them out, and then go do business with them.
Yeah.
These are great folks.
And, you know, if you get on there, you can look and you can see what Casey looks like because his picture's on here. And you can see Stephanie. She's on here, too. And
they're all smiling and they're all happy.
They're all smiling. They look so happy. So,
they are.
yeah. So go on that website and check that out. So
one of the things I thought of when you said that you had actually helped people in the community stay in their homes by either purchasing them so they wouldn't go into foreclosure and redoing their mortgages for them or extending their term and all that. One of the things that we found out that we started our in-house Smile plan which is our in-house financing plan. We call it the SMILE plan. We started this when the economy really crashed. And, you know, if we had gone to some business advisors or whatever, we would have been encouraged not to do that because we are not a financial company. We're a heating and air service company. But we saw the need, and we have always felt like the people in our area, in our community, are very good people. And sometimes bad things happen to them, and they just need a little bit of help.
Exactly.
And so we were able to come up with this program. And like you said, we've been doing this, I think this is our third, I think going into our fourth year to do this. We have never, ever, ever been stung by offering someone this financing, putting their system in. Everyone has always paid their bill. They've always paid on time. We've had a couple situations where someone had, they had a health situation that come up, and they called us and said, we have this going on. You know, it's really going to be a struggle for us to make our payment. Can we postpone this month's payment? We have done that. So like you guys do, we have tried to really go out of our way to help people in our community who are good, hardworking people who just, you know, life happens sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not everyone can control their situation. And so I'm real happy to know that you guys have done that because our experience in this community has been very positive with reaching out and helping people, giving them a hand up when they've, you know, been kicked down. So I know there's a lot of places that you won't get that.
No, exactly. And that's the same thing like on the car loans. I mean, I'll let Stephanie tell you about what we've helped people with on their car loans, like if they come to us with,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I think a lot of people are, when they have a hiccup on their credit report, they're embarrassed or
Sure.
they're afraid you're going to say no, and so they don't call. But, you know, the reality is we all have, you know, our past. We've all made mistakes, and sometimes things get out of hand, and we're here to help you to put it back together and to start over and start fresh and build your credit back up or start your credit or, you know, like I said, if you're looking for the lower rate and that's it, you know, get whatever you want out of it. And if there is an issue later on down the road, we're here to help you with that too. Whether, you know, we do what we can to keep people in their vehicles, if we need to extend terms and lower payments or, you know, help them as far as doing like an interest-only payment until they get back on their feet.
Or find another job so they can make that payment.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean
what
that
we have to
happens.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. I mean, people have lost their jobs through no fault of their own. And so sometimes it takes a little bit to get another job. They might just need a little short-term help, which makes a lot more sense to me than repoing a vehicle or kicking them out of their home.
Sure.
That's never
Yeah.
made sense to me.
Yeah. And now, you know, there's situations where people just can't be helped. I mean, you know, we all know that.
Sure.
It's going to happen.
Exactly.
But and a lot of it's brought on by their own doings. But if they are a good person that has legitimately tried and
Yeah.
have a good history of trying to make things right, why, more than likely there's help out there.
That's why I have a
them, you
lot of
know.
members that I'm so proud of because they came and, you know, they didn't have that high credit score and they have worked and they
Yeah.
do now. And, you know, they come in with a smile on their face and
You bet.
they know they can walk in the door and
They're
Yeah.
loyal.
yeah,
They're
Yeah.
very loyal.
Yeah.
That's great. That's the way it ought to be.
That's
And,
right.
You know, really and truly, that's
Well,
the way
yeah,
it ought to
everybody
be.
needs help once in a while.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
just the way it is.
Yep. And then when you can help someone like that, you have a client for life.
Exactly.
sure.
Definitely.
You know, if you can help someone, they're gonna be loyal to you because you were the one that helped them when no one else
And that's
would.
what we want. That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely,
within the credit
absolutely, and that's the way we are. So
That's right.
it's a good fit. Looks like we're just about out of time already.
Yes, we are. What are you doing this weekend?
Well, we have all of our grandchildren coming down. I'm picking them
Oh,
up today. We're gonna go
awesome.
down, and I have all kinds of fun things planned for my grandchildren.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's gonna be a blast.
Mine's there too this weekend. With the one from St. Louis, she got there last
Great.
night, and so we're going to have a good weekend before I have to go in the hospital. So,
Well, I think
so
that's
yeah,
what
it's
you
gonna
should
be,
do.
And ride the motorcycle. That's
We're gonna
what
be
it's
grandma and
like.
grandpa.
That's right, we are.
All right.
So, guys, it's been great having you on.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Well, this is Home Repairs and Solutions. We're heard every Friday morning right here from 10 to 11 on AM 560 KWTO.